Hey soccer fans and future ballers, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of soccer talent with a Moneyball twist. Today we're scouting Gilberto Mora, a gem from Club Tijuana that recently debuted at 15 years old in the Liga MX. Let's see if he's got what it takes to make it big. For those new here, I'm Oscar Moneyball and I'm all about spotting the next big thing in soccer, not just with my eyes, but with data and analytics. Today we're breaking down Gilberto Mora, an attacking midfielder for Club Tijuana. Make sure to follow me on X for more insights, updates, and maybe a few off-the-pitch stories. It's where the real game happens. Click that follow button and let's keep growing this beautiful game. So my role as a scout. As a scout, it's my job. My job isn't just watching games, it's about predicting the future of soccer. I look for players who not only have skills, but also fit the modern game's analytics-driven approach. In soccer, we break down the game into 4 phases: attack, transition to defense, defense, and transition into attack. But for scouts, it's the transitional phases where we often see raw talent shine. Let's see how Gilberto Mora fares in these crucial moments. So Gilberto Mora is a 15-year-old attacking midfielder who's currently playing for Club Tijuana. According to Transfer Market, there's not much information here as far as his market value, but I'd say it's under 50,000 at the moment. Let's just see if that's under or overvalued. So now we're going to look at his debut with Tijuana last weekend, see how he performed, make sure we're good here. Okay. So he came in the 76th minute of this match. Tijuana was already winning. Let's go, kid. Let's see what you got. Damn, the feelings of debuting, right? Debuting in the top league of your country must be real great. There he is right there. Forward thinking, dribbling forward in the half space, has a player on the outside channel, supports with him, then finds space for himself again, supporting him really well. Good job. Right here is keeping possession. He's doing a really good job keeping possession so far in these 2 highlights. He's not making bad decisions, playing the ball simple. You know, we would want him to dribble into this space or find a pass there, but at his age, for 15 years old, playing in a... I mean, look at that. He's outnumbered, right? So good decision. It's fine. Let's see what he does next. Moves into the space, checking in, has plenty of time and space, maintains possession, finds more space to attack after he finds that pass, making penetrating runs to receive passes into the final third, where let's see what he does there. So he has plenty of space. Looks like a 3v2, 3v1 scenario there. Let's see how this plays out. 1v1 against the center back. Maintains possession. Wow, that Iniesta turn. Looking classy. Maintains possession. Plays a really good pass. It's finding the ball again. Finds another pass in a high XG zone. Creates an opportunity. Good job. Those are the things you got to do. Sometimes you don't need the 1v1. You don't need the flair. You don't need to make it look pretty. You just got to maintain possession. Find the space. Pass and move. Great job, 15-year-old kid. Look at that. Finds a pass, keeps running. Wow, great job. Sets his teammate up in a high XG zone. Recovers the ball. 2v1 there. Look at that composure for that 15-year-old kid. Maintains it pretty well with resistance. 3v2. Excellent job. Leaves his opponent on the ground. Maintains possession. No, loses it, but look at that. He's fighting for it. Recovers. That's what I'm talking about. That 5-second rule. You lose the ball, get it back within 5 seconds. That's European mentality right off the bat. This kid has really good potential. That's exactly what you want to see. It's okay for you to lose the ball. It's okay for you to not maintain possession. Get that ball back. 3v3, 3v2, depending on who attacks the ball. Great job there. It was going to be really hard for him anyways to do something with that there. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. With his teammates not really supporting him, not really being in the right angles. But great job. Let's again look at the mentality of this kid. Nice. Puts pressure on it. Finds the space, maintains possession, is composed, moving after he passes the ball. Great job. Look at that. Supports third man pass there. Good control under resistance. Facing forward. Dribbling, looking, observing, finding space, seeing where he can do. Now, I've seen this play already. I saw what happened there. Let's analyze it real quick. This open space is here. Look at this gap right there. Right? You got two center backs marking one man, leaving huge gaps between the center back and the fullback. Center mid is lacking the transition into defense. Tijuana is going from defense to attack. Just observe what this kid does. You saw him. Excellent. 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 Composure from when he trapped the ball. From when he took his first turn. He observed. He tried to take the ball to the width. There was no options. He still had time and space. A little bit of a resistance. Read the game well. Saw the space. Dribbled forward. Made a pass forward. Let's let this thing develop. Hopefully they show it. Look at that. Continues his run forward. Assist. 15-year-old assisted in his debut in the Liga MX. That is beautiful. That is what you want to see. Can we see that one more time? Okay. Transitioning from defense, wins the ball. His team wins the ball. Has plenty of space here. So much space for this kid. Now, that right there is a really hard touch because he's facing players that are approaching him, right? So his decision to trap the ball into the space where he goes next is remarkable. Look at that. Keeps it. Takes the first contact, dribbling forward. He could have played this pass here. I don't know why he didn't make the pass. Let's see. Oh, okay, because he took a touch and the opportunity was gone. I mean, he still could have played it here. But, wow, what he did to pause the game. They're short on numbers, right? If he would have played this ball here, it would have been a 3v5, 6. So pauses it. His team's already winning. There's no need to risk. Maintain the ball. Maintain possession. Finds his space. Finds the pocket. Turns on his opponent. Dribbles forward. Oh my God. Great job, Gilberto. And then continues his run forward. Great job. Great job from that young lad. I think the rest of the highlight is just the celebration of the goal. Maybe a different angle for us to observe. Look at that composure. Just dribbling forward. Easy peasy. That first touch is really good from that Tijuana player. So that's Gilberto Mora's debut, right? So let's bring some tactical analysis into it. So he was definitely playing like this number 8 position. In a 4-3-3 or even a 4-4-2, right? I see more of a 4-3-3. Playing this 8 role, not really a 10. According to the Pep Guardiola zones, his role is to be a box-to-box midfield in the half space, supporting the outside channel, with connecting with this fullback and the winger, connecting with the center back and the striker, and connecting with the CDM, center defensive mid. Those would be his passing networks. He did really well, right, in this first highlight of going from this half zone, this half space, getting a ball into this zone here, penetrating, eliminate the Pep G zones and introduce the build-up zone. So we went and penetrated the defensive line and got into a finish zone. So now that he's in a finish zone, right, his back was sort of to the goal, getting challenged by the center back. Maintains possession, which is really good. Does the Iniesta turn on him? Even looks like Iniesta as he's turning. And then striker is now in this zone. The CDM, because of the run that knowing Madrigal, I know this player. He used to play for one of my favorite teams in America, but Madrigal likes to do these runs where he's a CDM and he loves to crash into the box. Loves to do that. So when Gilberto Mora, the 15-year-old kid that we're analyzing today, made this run and got out of position, now we're going to remove this and bring this back. We needed someone to occupy this half space. It should have been an overlap here, but I respect the decision of this guy staying on the outside channel, supporting his teammate, because he's 15 years old. He's going against a center back who's probably almost twice as tall as him. So for him to find this pass and then make the overlapping run, this guy then takes a shot in here. I guess let's be more realistic of the positioning here. Half space, makes the overlap run. We're going to introduce the XG zones here. He was already in a XG zone if he wanted to, if he really wanted to be selfish. I think he had the space and time to take this shot. However, he connected with someone else who had a better angle. Unfortunately, it was just a bad shot, but he did exactly what he needed to do. He needed to maintain possession. Let's reset these players. I think we're good there. Great job by Gilberto. Another thing that he did in these highlights was that just make sure we're in the right. Yeah. So I think he also swapped positions with the other attacking mid and supported really well on the flanks. He would occupy this half space really well near the zone 14 where his striker would be, but Carlos Gonzalez, the striker for Tijuana, is a striker that loves to leave his area because he has the quality to take really good shots from outside the box. He makes really good runs and he loves to support, which also allows for this movement here. Allows for this player to move up, but we're here focusing on Gilberto, right? Gilberto did really good creating numerical advantages on the flanks here for these 2v1s, these 3v2s, forcing players to move away from their position, forcing the opponent to just get out of position and allow for his team to take more space here. You get what I'm saying? His runs were really good, allowed for his teammates to take advantage of his confidence and composure with the ball. He doesn't seem to be a fast player, doesn't seem to be a fast dribbler, but he seems calm, he seems collected, he has composure, he can do really well in short passes, long passes, he supports his teammates, maintains possession. There's not a lot in here of a transitional game from attacking to defense, which is something that, again, we don't see a lot. So pay attention and try to add that to your highlight reels to surprise some of the scouts, because again, we don't just look at defense, we don't just look at offense, we look at all aspects. If you're an attacking player, can you defend? If you're a defensive player, can you attack? Okay, let's move over. He also plays for the Mexico national team. I believe he's their captain, number 10. So let's see if we can locate him here in this highlight reel. So this is Mexico against Japan. Oh, there he is. Okay, so he's number 10. We got a player 1v1 on the outside channel, putting a ball into a high XG zone, playing the space between in the back of the defender's backs, playing the diagonal ball backwards into a PK spot for a cutback goal. Perfect. Let's see how this goes. Let's see the decision making between these two players that it's approaching both of them, right? Gilberto takes it, good composure. Took a shot. I mean, you needed to finish the play. It's hard to find him here. Good job. I'm going to assume this is him. So he drags out the defender, takes the space, now has an extra split second to make a decision here. Takes the 1v1. Woof. Dribbles forward, finds a pass. Forward thinking right there. Finds a pass to penetrate the defense behind the defenders. Tries to find a pass. Give me 1 second here. Reset these things. Tries to find a pass. So we can see here that he can play on this outside channel, but he's trying to make a pass in behind the defenders and in between the goalie. This space between these back four and the goalie, these guys were obviously a little bit higher, but that's a penetrating pass in the space there. Very crucial into the corners of the 18-yard box. Those are high, those are target areas for through balls right there, these corners right there, because it's hard for the goalies to come out, and it allows for, you know, a 1v1, a cutback goal, or a simple tap in. Great job there. There he is in the half space, reading the game, reading the space, finding his teammates. Again, looking at the space. Wow, it reminds me of like a Xavi Iniesta, the way he checks his shoulders, the way he reads the space, he takes the space, he's forward thinking, he's not afraid to dribble. He's more like an Iniesta in some sort of way. Yeah, I'd say like an Iniesta for sure. Look at him. He's connecting here, but let's see what happens, how the play develops. Good read there. Excellent. This guy was on you. You still have the ball. You're progressing. You're in the progress zone, building up. Progresses the ball forward into the penetrate zone. So his role definitely is, for Mexico, at least in the youth team, is to help his team build up. Was that a transitional phase? Let's see both of these actions. Or both of these transitional phases? Yeah, so no, these are build up. That first one's a build up. Transitional phase right there. Ball wins the ball back. Good job. Good job, Gilberto. There's a lot of talent in the world right now. Good first touch. Oh, that's okay. Stays in the center zone. Ooh, okay. I mean, he's trying. I think his composure, once he gets closer into the 18-yard box, could improve, right? His decision making inside the 18-yard box could improve, because I feel like this trap right there is not that much different than the traps he showed earlier, where he had a lot more resistance. It's difficult, right? Because the ball's in the air, people are, you're close to the goal, there's a lot of thoughts going in your head. I completely can relate to this. However, you would expect that his quality would transcend in these moments. These are the moments where I think it's really crucial for you to demonstrate your composure, especially a player like Gilberto that shows composure everywhere on the pitch except the 18-yard box. I can tell that that's going to be one of his weaknesses. Okay, he has space, he dribbles forward thinking, he can 1v1. Wow, just went in between 4 players, kept possession of the ball, played a pass, penetrated forward. See, that's the composure I'm talking about, man. Where was that touch inside the 18-yard box? The turn, the composure, the calmness. Look at that. Just little Iniesta there. Maintains possession, shields the ball really well under resistance. Looks like his the best of him, at least in these highlights, is in these zones. He feels more comfortable in zone 1, build, progress, and penetrate. Mostly his role is to progress the ball forward. Doesn't really play penetrating passes. He kind of gives that responsibility to other teammates. He's not really playing a lot of through balls when he's in these areas. He sort of just tends to maintain possession and goes forward. I think if he really wants to wear the number 10 or wants to be considered a number 10 player, he needs to be playing forward and trying to link up going forward instead of dribbling and then going back, dribbling and then going back, or dribbling and then playing it off to the sides. That's one tip for you, Gilberto, for sure, if you ever watch this video. Or if there's any scouts that are interested in have similar players or interested in scouting him, and one thing to develop would be his work in the penetrating zone, and find a way to use his strengths into making those better. His strengths with being so calm with the ball, having Iniesta, like composure, touches, dribbles, turns, vision. We need to do something more with that. We need to see some more shots from you in these zones, in the penetrate zones. We need to see you making better through balls. Yeah, you gotta be number 10, man. You gotta be that player. His 1v1 skills are remarkable for his pace. He's a slow player, but his 1v1 skills are so remarkable. Is that a goal? Is that a goal by my boy? Gilberto scoring? Okay, let's analyze that. High XG zone. Where are you at? So The ball is played out wide. Okay, he crashes the goal. Takes advantage of the space, reads it. 1v4 right there, and he wins the ball. 4 Japanese players versus one kid that just wanted it more than all of them. Great job. Great job. That's the composure that you want to see in the 18-yard box for him to score. Look at that. That's a harder trap than the one earlier inside the 18-yard box. My dude, your touch is amazing. Look at how high that ball is. And he's just waiting for it. And boop, just... the ball stays in his feet, man. This kid's really good. This kid has a lot to work on, though. That composure, the shots. Okay. Actually, so let's go. So we dove deep into his highlights. What are we looking for, right? His strengths, weaknesses, his special power. Does he have that Moneyball factor? Maybe it's his vision, passing accuracy, or something else. What are his strengths? His strengths are his composure, his vision. He has really good technical skills. He seems very tactically aware of what his team expects of him. He's aware of supporting his players on the flanks. He's tactically strong in helping his team build, progress, and penetrate. Could use some work on the penetrating. What else is it? What else could I consider a strength of his? His dribbling. His 1v1s looks really solid in that. Weaknesses. Every player has areas to improve, right? Is it his defensive contribution, decision making, or physicality? I'd say his weaknesses could definitely be his physicality. I would want to see him making contact with the opponents in the center of the field, dominating his position, winning the balls back, helping his team recover possession of the ball. Weaknesses is also that composure in the final third. Weaknesses are his shots. I didn't see a lot of shots from him. And what's his special power? What's that one trait that can make him a star? Is it his dribbling, his shooting, or perhaps his ability to read the game? I think his special power is that he replicates Iniesta. He has the dribbling, he has the composure, he has the vision. He's forward thinking. That's his special power. If we can see him take more shots, that'd be great, or get into positions that he can penetrate the defensive line and find his teammates in these types of positions. Being able to have his teammates take shots in high XG zones, that'd be great. Really great to see. So after that deep dive, what's the verdict, right? His current grade. Where does he stand now? I'd give him a C. I'd definitely give him a C as his current grade. And again, I'll be making a video of what these grades mean, going into depth with them, but they're not like school grades where A, he's really good, B, he's better than average, C, he's average, and then D, it's below average. That's not how this works. It's a monetary value based off what his market value is and where we can sell him. And that leads me to his potential grade, what I think he could achieve with development. His potential is definitely a B. Despite him being small, despite him not being physical enough, I think he can definitely improve and even go beyond a B. I think this type of player can transcend and be worth a lot of money in the market. He still has a lot of hurdles. He definitely is going through them right now, being one of the youngest players to debut, He's not the youngest player, but he's definitely in the top 3, I think, of youngest players in the Liga MX to debut. I'd love to see his route go similar to Edwin Lozano's. He debuted very young, did something really good on his first game, continued to get minutes throughout the season, had a breakout season or 2, and then just left to Europe and continued developing, became a star in the Liga MX, in the Selección Mexicana. That's the type of career that would take him to a B grade. I think that would be his trajectory. And then if he ever does a little bit more than Edwin Lozano, breaks the transfer market record, gets sold for like 80 million pounds, euros, whatever, that's like A. Right now I think his market value is still really low. Could be sold for maybe a couple million in the market as it is right now in the Liga MX. Potentially, if a European club does want to buy him, they'll probably buy him for like 2-3 mil, which is like a D grade. Or if they could, he's an investment, right? He has a high ceiling. So let's see what's next. If I were a betting man, I'd say he's worth, like I said, maybe like, I know we said under 50,000, but with the way the Liga MX goes about their business, I'd say he's probably like 1 or 2, like I said, million. And it's not just about what he's worth now, it's what he could be worth with the right coaching and in the right environment. I think Tijuana are definitely going to be making money off of him. I'd recommend a deal where they let this kid go out young, keep a percentage of his contract, and just wait for a future sale. Get him out of here. Send him to Europe, and get this guy minutes in a higher level. So that's our scouting report on Gilberto Mora. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the soccer analytics and scouting world, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Who's the next player you want me to scout? Drop their names below. Until next time, keep your eyes on the ball and your mind on the stats. Peace.